I never thought I'd be able to get rid of my herpes, but Dr. Robert Beck's discovery did just that. I can proudly say that I'm herpes-free and I no longer feel that I am grossing out my loved ones.
That's what Lisa, a 32-year-old nurse, said after using a simple at-home hack that neutralized her herpes virus in just a few weeks. 18 months ago, she was diagnosed with HSV-2. As with many people suffering from HSV-1 or HSV-2, she thought she'd be living with the virus for the rest of her life. But now, 1 year later, she's still herpes-free and living a normal life. You might be thinking, how is that possible? I thought herpes was incurable. But that's exactly what the big pharmaceutical companies want you to believe. They want to keep you addicted to their expensive antiviral drugs that don't do a damn thing to stop the virus. The good news is that scientists at a top university have discovered the key to stopping the herpes virus dead in its tracks. What they found was straight out of a sci-fi movie. The herpes virus formed a protective mechanism called a bioshield, which blocks any antiviral drugs from getting in. And once you destroy this bioshield, targeting and eliminating the herpes for good is simple. But who am I to make such a bold claim? Hi, I am Dr. Robert Beck. If you or someone you love suffers from any form of herpes, then pay close attention because I guarantee that what I'm about to share is unlike anything you've seen or heard before. Even if you don't currently show signs of having herpes, there is a high chance you have it, and it can explode at any time with painful and embarrassing outbreaks. Because according to the CDC, 90% of people with herpes don't even know they are infected. That's why you must watch this short presentation, because if you have the virus, you're putting yourself and your loved ones at an incredible risk. I'll also show you a quick test you can do at home to test whether you have the virus or not. So please stop everything you're doing and pay close attention because this page could be taken down at any moment. Big pharma companies are fighting tooth and nail to keep this information hidden from you because it has the power to turn their billion-dollar money-making machine into nothing more than dust. But I'm willing to take that risk because I believe that everyone deserves to know the truth about herpes. And let me tell you something, if you've been told that you have no choice but to live with the virus for the rest of your life, that's nothing short of a flat-out lie. And in the next couple of minutes, you'll understand why living with herpes is not normal and also very dangerous. Once you understand the truth, you'll finally be able to break free from the herpes virus and Big Pharma's tight grip on your hard-earned money. And no, it's not what you think. It's not another prescription drug or cream that only manages the symptoms. But before I get into the details, let me ask you a question. Did your doctor tell you that herpes is normal because many people have it? If they did, they're only telling you half the truth. While herpes is very common and millions of people have it, it's definitely not normal. Living with herpes simplex virus, whether it's HSV-1 or HSV-2, is not something you should accept as part of your life because it comes with a lot of risks and complications. It's widely known that it increases your risk of other infections, including potential effects such as neonatal herpes and increased susceptibility to HIV. Men with the virus are more likely to experience erectile dysfunction, while women are at a higher risk of infertility. If you have not yet been diagnosed with herpes, here's a doctor's approved test you can do at home to check if you have the virus. First, take a clean cloth and soak it in warm water. Then hold the cloth for 60 seconds, either on your lips or genitals. If you feel a tingling or burning sensation, you might have the virus and need to take action immediately, because even if you don't have any symptoms, you can pass this on to your partner. And if you've already been diagnosed with herpes, you probably know a lot about it. Your doctor might have told you're struggling with outbreaks because of your weak immune system. But according to MIT Health, even the strongest immune system can't stop the herpes virus from replicating and causing outbreaks. It seems like no matter how many vitamins you take or how healthy you eat to have a strong immune system, the virus still finds a way to come back. So then, what's the real reason behind your outbreaks? The answer might surprise you. But it has nothing to do with your immune system being weak. And I'll show you why even the strongest immune system can't stop the herpes virus. New research from Harvard University shows that the virus has built an impenetrable fortress around itself called a bioshield that makes it unkillable. Once you understand how this mechanism works, you'll have everything you need to fight back and finally get rid of the virus. So get ready to say goodbye to those days of feeling vulnerable and scared of the next embarrassing outbreak. To never again live in constant fear of rejection or judgment from your partner when they find out you have herpes. To not have to endure the painful and unsightly cold sores that keep popping up on your lips or genitals. To shake off the constant disappointment and self-doubt clinging to you since your first outbreak. And to finally go back to being the confident, happy, and carefree person you were before herpes took over your life. Now, you may be feeling skeptical, and that's okay. I understand that you've probably tried everything and heard every promise under the sun, only to be disappointed and end up back where you started. Back to the doctor's office, back to the expensive prescription medications, and back to the painful outbreaks. But all that is about to change. So please pay close attention because this is the only piece of information you'll need to know about herpes. And it's the key to finally breaking free from the virus that's been holding you back. But first, it's important you understand that this solution hasn't only worked in a lab or on just a few people. Over 23,550 men and women who have been struggling with herpes have already tried it and seen unbelievable results.
Ever since I was diagnosed with herpes, my love life has been a nightmare. From dates that ended in disaster to relationships that never even started. But all that changed in just weeks after doing a simple at-home hack. My outbreak stopped and my love life has never been better.
You know, living with herpes was tough. Going on dates was a nightmare because I was always worried about when the next outbreak would happen. But after doing this hack, I haven't had a single outbreak in over a year. I feel like a new person. If you're in the same boat, I urge you to watch this video because it can change your life as it did for me.
Every day, my inbox is flooded with messages from people who all say the same thing. This program really works. No matter your gender, age, or if you're struggling with HSV1, HSV2, or both. And no matter how long you've been dealing with outbreaks, this is not just a temporary fix, but a permanent solution that acts in 3 steps. First, it targets the virus's protective mechanism, the bioshield, and breaks it down. Then, it neutralizes the virus and exposes it to the immune system, where it can be destroyed. And finally, it eliminates the virus from your body, stopping the outbreaks and preventing them from coming back. As a result, you'll never have to worry about cold sores, genital sores, or any other herpes symptoms ever again. As I already mentioned, my name is Dr. Robert Beck. Until 3 years ago, I was just a typical doctor running a small clinic and research lab in Laramie, Wyoming. My life was ordinary. My main focus was helping everyone who walked into my clinic, treating anything from the common cold to more severe issues like diabetes and heart disease. But everything changed with one unexpected discovery that not only shifted my entire career, but could also help millions worldwide. You see, my team and I were always looking for new ways to help our patients, and we're always on the lookout for the latest research papers and studies. That's when we stumbled upon a study from Harvard University that changed everything we thought we knew about herpes and provided the key to finally stopping the virus. In the past, we had many patients who were struggling with herpes. At that time, we told them what every other doctor would say. There's no cure for herpes, and you'll have to learn to live with it. Here are some creams that might help. If only I knew then what I know now. Herpes is not a life sentence. There is a way to stop it, and it's easier than you think. But before I tell you more about the discovery, let me tell you Lisa's story. For the past 30 years, I've seen thousands of patients like you. And for many years, the only solution I could offer was the same old antiviral drugs. Like all the other doctors, I thought there was nothing else I could do until I met Lisa. a 32-year-old nurse who had been dealing with herpes for almost 4 years. Lisa's story was heartbreaking. She had first noticed mild symptoms, which she brushed off as a rash from shaving. Little did she know, those seemingly harmless signs were the beginning of a nightmare. Years later, when Lisa was in a serious relationship, she unknowingly transmitted the virus to her boyfriend. He accused her of cheating and spread rumors about her condition to friends and family, turning her life upside down. This betrayal made her already challenging situation even harder emotionally, and she felt punished for something she didn't do. She explained to me how her life had spiraled out of control after passing the virus to her boyfriend. The stress from the breakup and the stigma surrounding herpes had actually caused her to experience outbreaks for the first time. Initially, she couldn't believe it, thinking maybe there had been a mistake. But as symptoms started to appear, her denial turned into a harsh reality. The physical outbreaks were painful and draining, but the emotional toll it took on her was even more devastating. Lisa told me she felt isolated because the stigma around herpes made her feel like she couldn't talk to anyone about it. Despite trying every medication her doctors recommended and every home remedy she came across online, nothing seemed to provide lasting relief. Each outbreak was a painful reminder of her situation, and with each one, her hope of finding a real solution dwindled. When Lisa walked into my office, she wasn't just looking for a medical treatment, she was seeking a lifeline. Now imagine me trying to explain to this poor girl that there's no cure for herpes and that she'll have to live with it for the rest of her life. She was doomed to a life of rejection and shame from any person she'd be in contact with. And just like every other doctor, I firmly believed that herpes was incurable. Oh, how wrong I was. Seeing the sadness in Lisa's eyes really hit me like a ton of bricks, and it made me realize that all her hope was in us, the doctors. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking, how can I help people suffering from this terrible virus? And that's when the Hippocratic oath I took when I became a doctor came to mind. Do no harm and to help those in need. Lisa needed help, and prescribing the same old antiviral drugs wasn't helping her. It wasn't helping the thousands of other patients in the same situation. According to a recent report by the Center for Disease Control, 1 in 8 Americans have HSV2, also known as genital herpes, and 1 in 2 Americans have HSV1, also known as oral herpes. So it's no wonder that herpes is one of the most common sexually transmitted infections in the United States. But what's even more shocking is that 90% of the people who have herpes don't even know they have it and how dangerous it can be. If you already struggle with an outbreak, you know how painful and embarrassing it can be. It all starts with an itch, tingle, or burning sensation on your lips or genitals. And before you know it, you're dealing with a full-blown outbreak. So you rush to the doctor hoping for a cream, a pill, or anything that will make it go away. You feel like your life is over, and for good reason. Herpes can be a nightmare to deal with and can have a devastating impact on personal relationships. And if left untreated, it can lead to severe complications like blindness or even encephalitis. The truth is that herpes outbreaks are a sign that your immune system doesn't know how to deal with the virus. Because the usual way your immune system fights off infections is by recognizing a virus by its antigens, which are proteins on the virus's surface. Every cell in your body has a unique set of antigens that your immune system recognizes as self. When a virus enters your body, your immune system recognizes it as non-self and attacks it. But the problem with herpes is that it's a master of disguise. It has a protective mechanism called a bioshield that hides its antigens from the immune system, making it almost impossible for your immune system to recognize and destroy it. And even when the immune system recognizes the virus, it can't penetrate the protective mechanism, and because of that, it can replicate and cause outbreaks. So no matter how many antibiotics or antiviral drugs you take, they can never penetrate the virus's protective mechanism. This barrier is like a shield that herpes virus uses to protect itself from the immune system. So your immune system is working overtime, trying to fight the virus, but it can't get through the barrier. I'm sharing this information and these facts not to scare you, but to emphasize how critical it is to take action immediately, not tomorrow or next week. Because the longer you wait, the more the virus will spread and the harder it will be to stop it. That's why this solution is so important. But here's the thing. There are 45 million Americans who suffer from herpes, and yet no one is doing anything to help them. It's like the pharmaceutical companies are happy with just managing the symptoms and cashing in on their misery. Because of this, people are forced to live with the virus for the rest of their lives. Their doctors tell them that there is no cure and there's nothing they can do except up their dosage or switch to a different drug. And I'm sure you've tried them all. You name it, acyclovir, valacyclovir, famciclovir, and so on. They're all the same. They all promise to help you manage the symptoms, but none of them can permanently stop the virus. And the worst part is that they all come with a long list of side effects. If you've tried acyclovir, you know how harmful the side effects can be, from nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, to headaches. And those are just the mild side effects compared to what some people have experienced. According to a recent study published in the American Journal of Kidney Disease, long-term use of acyclovir can lead to acute renal failure and neurotoxic side effects that can be life-threatening. What's worse is that just recently, a popular acyclovir drug was recalled due to high levels of NDMA, a chemical that's been proven to be extremely toxic for your organism. This chemical has no smell, taste, or color, and if you've been one of the millions taking acyclovir, here's what you need to be on the lookout for. Headaches, fever, nausea, and vomiting are the immediate side effects. So if you've been feeling these effects after taking acyclovir, you need to check if your drug was part of the recall. In fact, this is the fourth time in the past year that acyclovir has been recalled due to NDMA contamination. So if you've been feeling unwell, it might be because of that. This is why I'm stressing that we've been misled about the safety of traditional treatments. In truth, these methods don't always work and might even harm our health in the long run. Now, I'm not suggesting you completely abandon your herpes medications. Still, it's important to be aware that their benefits can come with drawbacks. So why are doctors still prescribing these drugs? Well, because they don't have any other options. Even if they did, big pharma companies have such a tight grip on the medical industry that they wouldn't let them. People deserve better than just a band-aid solution that doesn't even work half the time. Acyclovir is well known to stop working after a while, leaving you with side effects and no relief. As it turns out, the herpes virus is gaining resistance to these drugs, and they're becoming less and less effective. That's the reason why your doctor keeps increasing the dosage or switching you to a different drug. And guess who's happy about this? That's right, the pharmaceutical companies that are cashing in on your struggle. And those cold creams, they're supposed to stop the itching, but they only work for a few minutes before the itching comes back. Or the Novocaine solution that numbs the area, but when the effect wears off, the pain becomes even worse. If you're nodding your head right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But you should know that it's not your fault. The medical industry has misled you, and the pharmaceutical companies have given you false hope. But I'm here to tell you that there's a way out. So let me tell you about the groundbreaking study that changed everything. As luck would have it, Lisa's visit to my practice coincided with a groundbreaking study by a former colleague, Dr. Alan Frankel, at Harvard University. His research found that the herpes virus had a hidden protective mechanism, making it almost impossible to target and eliminate. They called this protection mechanism the herpes bioshield, and it was the reason antiviral drugs or antibiotics could not stop the virus. The study showed that the herpes virus is like a clever spy. It uses special parts called fusion loops to create a protective shield around itself. This shield is built from the virus's own material, making it almost invisible to your immune system. It's like the virus is wearing a high-tech camouflage that lets it sneak into your cells without being detected. This sneaky move is what makes the virus so tough to beat, until now. Basically, the herpes virus was hiding itself in plain sight by pretending to be part of our organism. This discovery was the breakthrough in understanding why, despite our best efforts, we couldn't effectively target the virus and prevent its outbreaks. The study proposed that disrupting this barrier could expose the virus antigens to the immune system, allowing it to recognize and destroy the virus. It would also stop replication, preventing the virus from spreading even more. However, this study was only a proof of concept, an idea. It still needed to be a practical solution for patients like Lisa. It felt like we were on the verge of a scientific miracle, yet miles away from a real-world application. That's when I picked up the phone and called Dr. Frankel myself. We hadn't spoken in a while, and all I knew about him was that after graduating from medical school, he became a brilliant virologist and researcher for Harvard. He has since published numerous papers and is known for his innovative approach to viral research. On our phone call, I told him about Lisa and how her situation deeply touched me. I explained how I felt like we were failing her and thousands of other patients struggling with herpes. He agreed that his study is a leap forward in understanding the virus, but it does not yet have a real-world application. After weeks of back and forth, we decided to put our heads together and see if we could create a formula that has the power to tackle the virus's protective mechanism. Now, this was a monumental task requiring millions of dollars in funding and years of research. So, of course, we started pitching the idea to a big pharmaceutical company that had all the funding we needed. Fortunately, they were interested in the idea and agreed to fund our research. We then founded a team with researchers from the top Ivy League universities and dove deep into the molecular structure of the herpes simplex virus's glycoprotein B. The challenge was clear: to design a compound that could effectively identify and disrupt diffusion loops, exposing the virus to the immune system and preventing replication. We have spent thousands of hours experimenting with hundreds of natural and synthetic ingredients, trying to find the perfect combination. No matter what we tried or how many combinations of ingredients we tested, the results were always the same: failure. The herpes virus was incredibly resilient, and after almost 2 years and spending all our savings and investments, we were on the brink of giving up. Until one day, when we were about to call it quits, we noticed something peculiar that made our hearts jump. One of the formulas we had been testing, a precise blend of natural plant extracts, had successfully disrupted diffusion loops of the herpes virus, effectively stopping its replication. But just as we were about to finalize our research and bring this formula to the public, something shocking happened. One morning, we arrived at the lab only to find out our key fobs had stopped working, and none of my colleagues or I could get into our lab. Looking through the fence, we only saw a truck and a dozen men in black suits carrying boxes from our facility. Panicking, we tried to get answers. They told us our funding had been cut and we had to sign a non-disclosure agreement that prevented us from discussing our research. We couldn't believe it. Big Pharma was trying to shut us down because they realized this formula could eradicate the herpes virus, making their billion-dollar antivirals obsolete. They saw our groundbreaking discovery as a threat to their profit margins and acted swiftly to suppress it. Despite the setback, we didn't give up. With the help of a few dedicated colleagues and some private funding, we continued our research in secret, determined to bring this life-changing formula to the public. And if Big Pharma manages to take this video down, you need to know what the formula is made of. So listen carefully. The first ingredient is L-lysine. We found that L-lysine, a special amino acid, is crucial for preventing the virus from spreading. This amino acid works by competing with arginine, another amino acid the herpes virus needs to replicate. By increasing L-lysine levels, we effectively starve the virus, preventing it from multiplying. We have known about L-lysine for a long time, but it became a powerful weapon against the virus only when combined with our next ingredient. So the second ingredient is vitamin C. You might be thinking, vitamin C, that's it? But let me tell you, this is not your regular vitamin C. This is a special form extracted from the Amazonian camu camu plant. The plant contains up to 60 times more vitamin C than an orange, making it highly potent. Vitamin C is essential for boosting the immune system's natural defenses. You may not know this, but humans are one of the only animals in God's kingdom that don't produce their own vitamin C. And with industrial farming and food processing, the vitamin C content in our food has been decreasing over the years. But we didn't stop there because we knew your immune system needs any help it can get. That's why we added Echinacea purpurea extract. Numerous studies have proven that it boosts the immune system by increasing the number of white blood cells, which are the body's first line of defense against infections. It also contains a protein called echinacea that forces the virus to expose its antigens, making it easier for the immune system to recognize and destroy it. We also added elderberry extract. Elderberry is a powerful antioxidant that helps your body fight off infections and diseases by neutralizing free radicals. You might be wondering, what are free radicals? Free radicals are harmful molecules that can damage your cells and weaken your immune system. When your body's immune system fights tooth and nail to keep the herpes virus at bay, it needs to be laser focused and not distracted by free radicals. And to make this formula even more potent, we added vitamins D3, E, B6, and zinc, which provide a comprehensive support system for immune function, antioxidant protection, and cellular health. This secret mix created such a powerful formula that it scared pharmaceutical companies. Their expensive antiviral drugs were at risk of becoming useless, so they tried to shut us down. But we knew this formula could help Lisa and thousands of others, so we didn't give up. Our tests showed that this formula works because it activates a dormant part of your immune system called killer T cells. These cells can find and destroy the herpes virus, breaking through its strong defense shield. Lisa was our first patient, and her transformation was proof that we were on the right track. But don't take it from me. Here's what Lisa had to say about her experience.
When Dr. Beck told me they have a new treatment that could help me get rid of my herpes, I was all in. And after just a few weeks of using their formula, my outbreaks stopped, and I felt like a new person. I've been herpes-free since then, and I no longer worry about passing it on to my partner or my future children. I can't thank Dr. Beck and Dr. Frankel enough for giving me my life back.
It's been about 2 years since Lisa's last outbreak. She's in a loving relationship and plans to start a family. And she's not the only one who has benefited from this breakthrough. The same formula was tested on over 120 patients between the ages of 18 and 68 years old, all of whom had been diagnosed with herpes. Out of the 120 patients, 115 reported they hadn't had an outbreak after using the formula for just a few weeks. As for the side effects, there were none. No nausea, no headaches, no vomiting. Our formula is 100% safe for everyone to use and contains no harmful chemicals found in antiviral drugs. You might be thinking, what about the other 5 patients? Well, because the virus was hiding in their nerve cells, it took a little longer for the compounds in the formula to build up in their system and start breaking down the virus's protective shield. But after a few more weeks, they also reported having no more outbreaks. For the past 2 years, we have helped over 23,550 people overcome the virus and stop the outbreaks. And now, we're making this formula available to the public for the first time. I'm happy to introduce you to Herpafen, our patented solution that targets the herpes bioshield and kills the virus at its core. Each batch is crafted in our sterile GMP-certified facility and undergoes rigorous testing to ensure what's on the label is precisely what you're getting. We even made sure it's all non-GMO and gluten-free. It doesn't contain harmful additives or substances, only pure, potent ingredients proven to support your immune system and fight off the herpes virus. With Herpafen, you'll quickly feel more confident and worry-free in intimate moments, knowing that you'll be protected against HSV outbreaks no matter what. No more stress about unexpected flare-ups or the side effects of conventional medications. You'll enjoy being close to your partner again, feeling the passion and excitement you've been missing out all this time. And most importantly, You won't feel held back anymore, and you'll finally feel like yourself again, just like Lisa. With Herpes, you'll regain control over your health and intimacy. By now, you should be asking yourself 2 questions. 1. How to get your hands on this amazing formula? And 2. How much of it do you need to achieve the herpes-free life you desire? Before answering the first question, I think there is something you should know. Given the potency of this blend and the media coverage it has started getting, I'm currently facing pressure from big pharmaceutical companies to pull this supplement off the market. Why? The reason is clear. Herpes has proven so successful in stopping herpes outbreaks that it's eating into their profits. Given how well it's selling, it's costing these companies millions in lost revenue, money they can't afford to lose. If Herpes were no longer available, they'd stand to gain much more. As a doctor with a very small clinic, I have to split my resources between developing the formula and fighting legal battles. So there is a real risk I might have to stop selling it soon. And remember, you can't find this solution on Amazon, Walmart, or any other retailer. It is exclusively available on this page and for a limited time only. We have a very limited stock available at all times. And until now, we've only been able to offer it to patients who had reserved it months in advance. But because of the overwhelming demand and the incredible results we've seen, we've decided to make it available exclusively to a limited number of people on this page. And if you see a list of available bottles below this video, it means we still have some stock left. Your bottles are reserved for a limited time and only while supplies last. So if you want to secure your supply of Herpes and start your journey to a herpes-free life, you need to act fast by choosing the package that best suits your needs. Now, as for how much you need, you should take 2 capsules of the formula every night before going to bed, every day for at least 90 days. But first, it's important you know why you should use it for at least 90 days or more. The powerful ingredients inside Herpes start working immediately. And if you have an active outbreak, you'll start noticing it subsiding within the first few days. You'll also feel more energetic and less stressed, and your sleep quality will improve. However, it's important you know that it also takes a little time for the ingredients to build up in your system and start breaking down the virus's protective shield. So the longer you use it, the more it helps. Remember, your virus is protecting itself with a mechanism called Herpes BioShield. So even after Herpes helps you break through this barrier, some of the virus might still be hiding in your body. You should keep taking it to make sure you get rid of the virus entirely and prevent any future outbreaks. However, since we don't know how many infected cells you have, it's best to keep taking it even after the 90 days are up. If you genuinely want to experience the full benefits and enjoy a herpes-free life, if you want to make sure you're protected against outbreaks and have the peace of mind you deserve, and lastly, if you want to regain all the confidence you thought you lost, then I advise you to choose our 6 bottles for a 180-day supply of Herpes. This way, you'll know you're fully protected and destroy every last bit of the virus. Sounds good? Well, I will make it even better for you. If you opt for the 6 bottles, you will also receive 2 exclusive bonuses worth $250 absolutely free. Why? Because I'm committed to ensuring you feel fully supported and satisfied on this herpes-free journey. If you choose the 3-bottle package, you'll receive the first bonus ebook, Boosting Your Immune System the Natural Way. This insightful guide highlights the crucial link between your diet and immune health. It explains how improving nutrition through balanced eating, supplementation, and stress reduction can improve overall immune function and health. The book promotes creating a personalized health plan to enhance your immune system without pushing strict diets, making it a perfect read for anyone looking to boost their immune health. Opting for the 6-bottle package of this powerful formula adds another invaluable resource to your journey, an ebook titled Building Trust in Modern Relationships. This helpful guide explores handling emotions and thoughts when dealing with a health issue that people might not talk about much. It shows why accepting yourself and staying strong are key to happiness and living well. You'll learn ways to deal with challenging feelings, connect better with others, and feel good about yourself. This book is packed with great tips for anyone wanting to improve their life in many ways. It shows that feeling emotionally strong is just as important as being physically healthy, no matter your situation. With this special package, we aim to ensure your complete satisfaction, not just by offering you a solution to your herpes problem, but also by providing you with the tools to improve your overall health and well-being. It's everything you need to live a herpes-free life in a single package. Before you make your choice, there is one more thing you need to know. Skipping just a single day of Herpes can set you back weeks of progress because the virus can quickly multiply and spread if not kept in check. People of all ages now live a herpes-free life thanks to this discovery. It's tough for us to keep enough of it around, especially since it's difficult to maintain a large stock of high-quality, pure ingredients. Dealing with herpes can make every moment feel uncertain. I don't want you or anyone else to worry about another outbreak, especially now that you know about Herpes, a safe and effective solution without any bad side effects. This proprietary blend results from years of research and testing, and it's been proven to work for thousands of people just like you. That's why, in just a moment, as part of my Herpes-Free Life campaign, I'm going to show you a special one-time deal just so you can try Herpes today and benefit from the biggest savings. Now, after hearing all the amazing benefits this formula offers, you're probably wondering how much it will set you back. Normally, a 1-month supply of this potent formula sells for $149, which is a completely fair price considering the ingredients alone cost over $120 to source. But I've made sure you won't pay nearly that much for it. And right now, only through this special offer, you can get it at an even bigger discount as a new customer. So when you click and order right now, you get your very own 1-month supply of Herpes for just $69, which saves you $80. That's more than 50% off the normal price of $149. That's less than the cost of a coffee a day for not having to worry about herpes outbreaks again. Think about how much you're saving compared to costly antiviral medications that might not work and have no guarantees. And that's not all. We know most of our customers want to keep using it every day to protect themselves from their herpes virus. They often buy 3 or 6 bottles at a time. That's why we've made a big discount deal, so you can get a 6-month supply of Herpes for just $49 per bottle. That's hardly anything a day, and you save $600 if you order right now. But this special deal is only for today and only here as part of my Herpes-Free Life campaign. To top it all off, you get free shipping in the US when you order 3 or 6 bottles. But remember, this discount and free shipping are only for today while supplies last. This is a one-time payment, no hidden fees or subscriptions. Choose the 3 or 6 bottle pack of Herpes below and place your order now while we still have stock. After you pick your pack, you'll go to a safe and secure checkout page. We use 256-bit encryption, just like the big banks, to protect your card info. Then, all you have to do is just fill out this simple order form, and your Herpes will be on its way to you. Arriving in 3 to 5 business days, saying yes to Herpes could be one of the best decisions you ever make for long-term health and happiness. It's an investment in you that's truly affordable and actually targets the root cause of your herpes outbreaks. Imagine regaining not having to worry about herpes ever again, leading you to a life full of confidence, happiness, and satisfaction every single day. What's even better is that for the first time, this freedom is within your reach. Just 1 bottle sets you on this transformative journey. Grab 3 bottles, and you'll maintain your momentum towards reclaiming your happiness. But if you get 6 bottles, you're fully equipped for a complete transformation, leaving the fear of outbreaks behind for good. Choosing the 6-bottle package means securing 6 months of consistent, reliable protection against the herpes virus. Every day you take Herpes, you're one step closer to a herpes-free life. Don't hesitate to select your package while our stocks last. but I completely understand if you're still on the fence and unsure whether this is the right product for you. After all, you've tried every treatment available. Nothing has worked, and you've been left with nothing but disappointment and empty pockets. But to make you 100% sure that you're not risking a single penny with this investment, and you get to enjoy the benefits of Herpes without worrying that your investment might go to waste, if you order today, you're backed by a 60-day no questions asked money-back guarantee. We're just that confident in our discovery's ability to change your life. Our top-tier 60 days money-back guarantee ensures you're either completely satisfied or you get your investment back. Order with peace of mind knowing you have nothing to lose. And if it doesn't work for you, or if you're simply not seeing the results you wanted, just return the used bottles and we'll refund you every penny. No questions asked. We're committed to ensuring you're thrilled with your purchase. By clicking and ordering right now, you're taking a step towards the only risk-free solution to your herpes outbreaks. Soon after you start using Herpes, you'll be on your way to a herpes-free life, free from the fear of outbreaks and the stress of managing the symptoms. Join the 23,550 customers who can't get enough of what Herpes does for them. You're going to love what it does for you too. And remember, it's all risk-free. There's no reason to delay. It's a 100% risk-free investment that promises significant benefits for your immune health. Try Herpes risk-free now. Select from the package options below to secure the lowest prices ever, guaranteed just for you, today only. Say yes to reclaiming your peace of mind and freedom from outbreaks with this first and only product that targets the herpes virus at its core. I'd like to personally thank you for the time you've invested in watching this presentation. I hope you find happiness and stay healthy. Are you still there? I realize that was a lot of information to take in. I'll now answer some frequently asked questions. Here's a common one. How does Herpes actually function? Once more, researchers have found that herpes is surrounded by a complex mechanism that makes it almost impossible for many treatments to really get through and directly tackle the virus to eliminate it. Thus, regardless of their strength, medications and treatments don't cut it. Herpes is designed to target this mechanism, known as the herpes bioshield, and neutralize it, leading to the virus being exposed to the immune system and eliminated. Thanks to this ability, Herpes can effectively support the immune system in targeting the herpes virus right at its core. Question 2. Who really needs to use Herpes? Had you asked me 10 years back, I would have recommended it solely for those severely suffering from herpes outbreaks. However, with current studies indicating an increase in people dealing with stubborn, recurring outbreaks, I advise anyone slightly concerned about their immune health and herpes to consider it. Question 3. What steps do I follow after I click the button below? Once you select your preferred package, you'll be guided to our completely secure checkout page, where you'll input your payment details and confirm your order. And don't stress, we don't do automatic billing or anything. You'll then receive your Herpes order within 3 to 5 working days. It'll arrive discreetly, bringing you closer to solving your herpes issues and safeguarding against future outbreaks. Question 4. What if Herpes doesn't work out for me? That's straightforward. Remember, our Herpes has a fail-safe 100% money-back guarantee. So if you order now, you have 60 days to decide if it's the right fit for you. If you're among the many who have already benefited from Herpes, you'll likely be thrilled with your results. But if not, just contact our customer service and we'll return your money, no questions asked. Question 5. How long will Herpes be up for grabs? That's a bit tricky. I aim to make a big impact by drastically lowering herpes outbreaks nationwide. But given Big Pharma's dissatisfaction with my discovery, it's hard to say how long we'll have Herpes available. Combine that with the recurrent state of the world, the economy isn't stable. Supply chains have been disrupted and getting ingredients is becoming tougher. Hence, securing your Herpes now is critical, especially since you're backed by a 60-day 100% money-back guarantee, making this a risk-free decision. It's also a smart move to stock up now. Question 6. Okay, I'm ready to try Herpes. What should I do? That part's simple. Just hit one of the buttons below and pick the package that suits you best. Keep in mind that you can save over 70% by opting for our most chosen 6-bottle package. Next, fill in your information on the following page to finalize your order, and your Herpes will arrive within 3 to 5 business days. And remember, you're fully protected by our 60-day money-back guarantee. We're wrapping up this presentation now. I want to express my gratitude for staying with me until the end. Select your package now. Begin using this groundbreaking Herpes as instructed for a minimum of 90 days. Then, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching.